At the end of this video, you will understand why you're afraid of sales calls and how to solve it. All right, so in the past couple of days, I've talked to a lot of online coaches through Facebook, like Facebook groups and stuff, and I've heard a lot of struggles from them. And the most common, like one of the most common ones is them being afraid in sales calls or afraid of sales calls. So in this video, I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to tell you about my experience because like 2 or 3 years ago, I used to be the same way, actually. I used to be so afraid of doing sales calls. Like I used to be on a sales call and I was like, fuck, I got to close them. I got to close this person because I have to make money. Otherwise, I'm not a business. I have to close them. And that's totally ridiculous. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second. So there are 2 main reasons for people to be scared in sales calls. And it's fear of rejection and fear of disappointment. Both of them come from trauma. And trauma, it might sound very heavy to you, but it's a very normal thing. We all have trauma in a lot of like different ways and stuff. So fear of rejection and fear of disappointment. The fear of rejection from something like this, like I just said, trauma, it could come from you asking someone out when you were like 15 or 16 and them saying no. That really is a reason for you to be afraid of rejection in sales calls. It could go back very, very far, even to where you're like 4 or 5 years old. Then also fear of disappointment. This also comes from trauma, but it's way more common, and a lot of us don't even know that we're struggling with it. If you have fear of disappointment, this is my best advice to you ever. If you don't set any expectations, you won't be disappointed like ever. Think about it. You're waiting on the bus, and you expect the bus to come at like 3 o'clock. And it doesn't show up at 3:05. You're now disappointed because you set an expectation that it was going to be there at 3, but it didn't show up, right? So if you set no expectations, you won't be disappointed like ever. Now, I understand that it might feel very simple, but I have some more stuff to dive into. If you are afraid of rejection, you have to change the goal. So when you're on a sales call, your goal shouldn't be close the client, make money, like I used to have as a goal. Change it to qualify the prospect and understand their needs. So at the end of the call, you want to understand what they need, and you want to know or like be sure whether they're qualified or not, so that you can make them an offer. And this should also be very, very clear to them, because if they don't know what the intention of the call is, they don't know what to expect. My ultimate solution: 1 is detach from the outcome of the call like this. It doesn't matter whether you make money or not, because let's say they are not qualified and you didn't, let's say your goal of the call was not to qualify them and you did close them. You have no idea whether they are going to be a good client or not. And that's way worse than not closing someone. So number 2, explain the goal of the call to the prospect. So in the beginning of the sales call, make sure that they understand what the call is for. So, hey, just so you know, this call is solely to understand what you need, and I will explain to you what I do. And at the end of the call, we can see if what we do and what you need align, and maybe we can work together. If not, that's also fine. Like, set an expectation for them. They have to know what the intention of the call is. And then finally, if you think you really can't help someone, don't try to close them, because the worst clients come from this. I understand if you like, in the past like 3 years, I've also had periods where I didn't have money, or I was like low on cash, and you get like very greedy because of it. But every time you're going to be telling someone your offer, think about why you're telling it. Why are you telling this person your offer? Is it because they're qualified, or is it because you need money? Never, ever close someone if you're not 100,000% sure if you can help them. So this was a very short video. It was a very simple video as well. If you want to know anything else about this topic, send me a DM on Instagram. It's at eli.kcast. I'll put it in the screen somewhere, as usual. I can tell you way more about this, but I would have to know what you need to know. So because if I don't know what you need, I have no idea what to do. If you own a coaching company that's doing over 10K a month, first link in the description to book a call with me. Maybe we can help each other out, maybe not, but there's only one way to find out. A little bit more about me. For the past 2 years, I have helped tens of coaching companies scale to 6 and 7 figures organically, so they didn't do any paid ads or whatever. So if you're doing 10K a month or just a bit less maybe, book a call with me. Let's see if we can help each other. Then also, for next videos, if you want to be notified, subscribe, hit the bell button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.